What's up, guys? This is Jacob Hunt with Hunt's Hot Takes once again. It's been a while. It has been a while. I'm going to actually try something new this year around come NFL season, because that's what we mostly do. Instead of kind of doing just audio clippets, I'm actually going to do YouTube videos. I think that's going to be a little easier, a little more faster to upload. So we're going to try that this year. But right now I'm going to do a quick 2020 NBA playoffs preview. Again, the podcast is mostly NFL, but this NBA season's been crazy. So I kind of want to get into that today. Video is going to be pretty short. Just want to run through my first round predictions, kind of get into that a little bit, and then I'll kind of do rapid second round, third round, things like that. And also I'm going to talk about top 5 players in the Western Conference and Eastern Conference. Most people have a general idea of who they have top 5 overall in the league, but let's kind of break it down and go by conference. In the playoffs right now, who's the best in the West? Who's the best in the East? And then I'll talk about my playoff sleeper picks, who no one's kind of talking about, but I think they should. Let's jump into the first round predictions, and let's start with Lakers Blazers. Blazers are getting a lot of press right now, a lot of talk, a lot of heat for what they've done in the bubble, which, let's think about it. Damian Lillard has done a lot in the bubble. The Blazers as a team, they've kind of let them down. I mean, look at some of the teams they've played in the bubble. I mean, they're scratching and clawing. It's last possession game all the time. So why are the Blazers all of a sudden going to beat the Lakers in the first round, the best team in the Western Conference? I've heard a lot of people talk about they think the Blazers are win. Not me. I've got Lakers beating the Blazers in the first round 4-1. Dame is special enough to get him a win. That's what I'm going to give him. He'll probably pop off for 50 or 60 and get him a dub. But overall, I'm going Lakers and Blazers. 4-1 for the Lakers. And I'm going to say best case and worst case scenario for the losing team. I just think the Lakers, they're just too I mean, they're too good. I mean, they got LeBron James, they got Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma's nice off the bench. I think those guys will be too big for the Blazers overall. Obviously, Bron's playoff experience is bar none right now to nobody. So I'll say best case scenario for the Blazers is 4-2. If Dame can get some help from CJ, who's been inconsistent, and Nurkic, who just got back, I can see him winning 2 games. I'll say 4-2 best case. Worst case scenario, they get swept. It is what it is, guys. I mean, in the regular season, if you look at it here, they went 35-39. So again, why are the Blazers all of a sudden going to beat LeBron and the Lakers in the first round? They won 35 games. They won one more game than the Suns, and, most people think we suck. I mean, let's be honest here. They're not going to beat the Lakers. So let's move on to Rockets Thunder. Could be a great matchup because Westbrook is out, the first part of the series. I don't really know what that means. Is that 1 game, 2 game, 3 games? Either way, I'm taking Rockets over the Thunder. 4-2 in the series. Best case for the Thunder, I think they could take it 7 games. Worst case, 4-1. I just think overall, if you look at the Rockets and Thunder, Harden is just head and shoulders the best player in that series. I think it'll be too much. Then you add Westbrook to it. Chris Paul's good, but he's getting up there in age and he can't do it all on his own. I don't think Gallinari and the boys and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, if that's how you say it, they're just not on that type of level with Harden and Westbrook yet. So give me Rockets 4-2. Nuggets Jazz is interesting. Now let me say, I made these predictions 2 days ago before the playoffs started. I'm getting the podcast a little late. There's been a couple games played. I'm not gonna go back and change. I've said it already. I'm taking Nuggets over to Jazz 4-2. Jazz put up a fight game 1, man. Mitchell dropped 50 plus, but for him to drop 50 plus, and it's still only go to overtime, and then the Nuggets won by 10. I just think the Nuggets roster is much more deeper. The Joker, Jokic is a top guy in the league. Murray, one of the underrated point guards in the league. I'm taking Nuggets 4-2. I think best case for the Jazz, they could take it 7 games. Worst case for the Jazz, I don't think they'll. I think they can get at least 2 games. So give me Nuggets 4-2. Moving on to my favorite series in the whole playoffs in the first round, Mavericks Clippers. I think the Mavericks are my sleeper team this year to keep an eye on. Am I picking the Mavs over the Clippers? Not necessarily. I'm just saying that's my sleeper pick. Kind of like watch out for, don't be surprised. And I'm actually going to say Clippers in 7. I think the Mavs can take them 7 games. If you look back to last night, the Mavs was hanging with them and beating them the majority of the game. Doncic is going off. He's a superstar. Porzingis is great. You know, he gets thrown out for a second technical, which is a little lame if you ask me. Most people think it is. I mean, they could have won that game. You don't know what would have happened. I do think the Clippers are just too overall deep. Probably one of the deepest teams that are, if not the most. I think they'll be too much. You know, this is the Mavs' first playoff appearance in 4 years. Doncic and Porzingis' first time. There'll be growing pains. But I think the Mavs can take it to 7, man. So that, I mean, obviously that's the best case for the Mavs as well. Worst case, 4-2. I think they'll at least get 2 games out of the series. But give me the Clippers overall. Moving to the Eastern Conference. Again, I made this prediction two days ago, so now I'm looking a little crazy. Bucks over the Magic, I had that sweep easily. I mean, who didn't think a sweep was coming there? But man, it's what, 5 o'clock right now, and the Magic just beat the Bucks. So I had best case scenario for the Magic actually 4-1. Worst case getting swept, so they've already met the best case. Still don't think they'll pull through in the series though. So give me the Bucks overall in that series. Heat Pacers is another sneaky little series. Both defensive teams, scrappy teams right there. I'm gonna go 4-2 Heat. I like Miami this year. They got a lot of good pieces, man. They got some shooters. They got a great center. Dragic spread the ball. Jimmy Butler's one of the best players there are in the East right now. Give me Heat over the Pacers 4-2. I know TJ Warren kind of popped off there in the bubble. I don't think it'll be enough. Oladipo's kind of up and down with that injury. And all in all, I just think the Heat are more talented of a team. So give me Heat 4-2. Celtics Sixers would have been a great first round series, man. But with Ben Simmons going down, Embiid's a little hobbled with the ankle, I don't think they'll have enough, man. And this is no shade to Philly fans at all, but it's just injuries, man. So it's just because of injuries. So give me the Celtics over the 76ers 4-1. Celtics are deep and they're great, man. I've got 4-1 because I think Embiid's good enough to get him a game. He'll probably drop 30, 40, and he can steal him a game. But I got best case for Philly is 4-2. I don't think they can take it to 7. Worst case is 4-1. They're not getting swept. Embiid won't let that happen. So give me Celtics 4-1 in the series. Raptors Nets, another one I assumed was going to be easy, just like Bucks Magic. Give me 4-0 Raptors, man. Another team. I was telling my friend earlier, the league is so deep this year, man. Each team is so spread out. It's not 3 superstars, 4 superstars anymore. It's kind of like they're all grouped in 2s, which makes your roster be able to be deeper. There's so many deep, talented rosters, and the Raptors is right up there. Give me 4-0. Best case for the Nets is they win a game. Karis LeVert goes crazy. Worst case, they get swept. So that's kind of my broken down first round predictions. But to end the show, I'm going to jump over to my top 5 players in each conference. Top 5 players in the Western Conference playoffs. Top 5 in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Before I reveal mine, I hit up 2 buddies of mine, Shea Huffman and Mark Milam, to get their list. Kind of get an idea of what they think. I respect their opinion. We're always talking sports, man. In this group chat, we're always talking. We're all South Charleston bros, so we try to stay together. And also a quick shout out for my boy Shea Huffman. He's got his own little podcast. It's called Whiskey Weigh-In. And if you're an MMA fan, man, go check those guys out. They give really good content and good insight on the fights. And they don't cover, just the big name guys, which is, I feel like most people know. They actually kind of dive into the whole card. So go check them out. It's called Whiskey Weigh-In. And then Mark Milam is my boy from Hunt's Hot Takes, man. He helps me host NFL last season. I hope he'll be back this season. So shout out to those guys. And I actually want to jump into their list first, and then we can reveal mine. So Shea Huffman's top 5 players in the Western Conference right now are LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard at 2, Damian Lillard at 3, okay, James Harden at 4, and Luka at 5. Overall, I like the 5. The order may be different from mine. Mark Milam's top 5 in the West. Same thing, LeBron, Kawhi at at 2. Luka at 3. He's a Mavs fan. James Harden at 4, and Damian Lillard at 5. So same 5 as Shea, but the tail end of the 3 swapped a little bit. From my top 5 players in the Western Conference, let's get this pulled up. All right, there it is right there on the screen for you. I got LeBron James at 1. He's still the best player, man. I mean, he's averaging 25, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, shooting 50%. Those are crazy numbers. 34 from 3. He's the best player in the West. Number 2, Kawhi Leonard, averaging 27, 4, and 7, shooting 47 from the field, 37 from 3. Best wing defender in the game, Kawhi Leonard at 2. James Harden comes in at 3 for me. Dude's averaging 34 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 44% from the field, and 35 from 3. Straight baller. But he needs to get these playoff wins, man. Number 4 in the Western Conference for me is Luka Doncic, man. He's a crazy stud, man. He's a superstar in this league already in year 2. He can do it all. He makes his team better. Score, pass, rebound. I mean, his numbers, 28, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. He's almost averaging a triple-double. Second year in the league. Shooting 46% from the field. 31 from 3, that's a little low. I think he'll get it up, though. And the number 5 for me is Damian Lillard. So we all got the same 5, just mixed a little bit. I got Harden over Lillard. And I also got Luka over Lillard. I just think, they can do a little more overall around. Obviously, Harden's led the league in assists. Doncic, every time you look, he's got 10 assists a game. Yeah, Lillard's averaging 8 a game as well, but obviously his rebounds are a little bit more limited. And I just think Harden and Doncic are a little more dynamic. But Dame is no slouch. He's 5th in the West. Another guy I feel like a lot of people maybe would have on the list is Anthony Davis. But I think guards and forwards who handle the ball a little bit more can do more things on the court for their team. They can lift their team in more ways. They can create their shot anywhere. So I think Anthony Davis is probably right there at 6 or 7. Now if we move to the East real quick just to end the show. Shea Huffman's top 5 players in the Eastern Conference. Greek Freak, obviously. He's got Joel Embiid at 2. Jason Tatum at 3. I like that. Pascal Siakam at 4. And Kyle Lowry at 5. That'll be interesting. So he's got 2 Raptors. Marky Mark Milam, top 5 in the East. He's got Greek Freak, obviously. Joel Embiid at 2. Jason Tatum at 3. So far the 3 are consistent. He's also got Siakam at 4. The only difference is 5. He's got Kemba Walker as a top 5 player in the East right now. So Shea had Lowry. Mark had Kemba. Now for my 5, let's get that on the screen for you. There it is. Eastern Conference top 5 players. Giannis Antetokounmpo. No reason for debate there. Joel Embiid. Top center in the league. At number 2, easy. Number 3, I also have Jason Tatum of the Celtics. Young stud. But at 4 for me, I've got Jimmy Butler from the Heat, man. He can do it all. He's averaging 20 points a game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 45% from the field. He gets steals. He's probably a top 5 wing defender in the league and underrated. There's no way I would take Kyle Lowry or Kemba Walker over Jimmy Butler. Personal preference for me, I'll take Butler at 4 overall. And Pascal Siakam at 5. So we all have the same 4, but each person's got a different one, which I like that, man. I don't want to agree on everything. That kind of gives you guys an idea of who we think is the best players in the West and East right now. And that'll cut it for today's show. Hope you guys enjoy it. Watch it, subscribe it, share it, like it, man. Leave a comment, let me know your first round predictions or finals predictions or, where we got our players right or wrong. Let us know. I mean, we want to know. We want to be critiqued. We want to see opinions. That's what sports is all about, is debating, guys. So on your way to work, man, throw on the episode, listen to it. Chilling at the house, sitting on the couch, pull it up, man, take a listen. We'd really enjoy it. We'll be back this NFL season. We'll have videos every week, Mark and I. And then, like I said, I'll come back later on in the playoffs and do each round as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will see you later.